Most adults today had parents, relatives, or family friends that didn't give a second thought to lighting up while children sat in the backseat of the car or played in the same room.
I remember coming home as a teenager and seeing my dad watching TV, and there was just a smooth level of smoke just floating in the house about head level. And it was constantly that way.
I lived in a virtual gray cloud for probably the first 10 years of my life.
Back then, cigarette companies were still denying that secondhand smoke was dangerous.
After a thorough examination of every member of the group, the medical specialist stated, "It is my opinion that the ears, nose, throat, and accessory organs of all participating subjects examined by me were not adversely affected in the 6 months period by smoking the cigarettes provided."
In fact, before Congress in 1994, cigarette companies denied that cigarettes cause disease at all.
I don't think that my mother knew. At least I'd like to think she didn't know that it was dangerous. I just think it was part of the culture. I don't think there was a lot of public awareness about the dangers of secondhand smoke. It was still the Marlboro Man, Cary Grant era, and smoking's just what people did.
When I was growing up, I don't believe my parents had a good understanding of what secondhand smoke really was. I think they just kind of assumed that since they were the ones smoking, it was only affecting them.
When my son was little, there was never any knowledge of secondhand smoke or the effect that it could have on others around me.
Today, we know better about a lot of things. Most importantly, we know that secondhand smoke kills. Secondhand smoke is a combination of the smoke coming from the burning end of a cigarette, cigar, or pipe, and the smoke exhaled by the smoker. It kills more than 50,000 non-smokers each year. That's about the same number of people as die from murder, drugs, and AIDS combined, making secondhand smoke the third leading preventable cause of death. Secondhand smoke is dangerous. As evidence of direct smoking's dangers mounted, scientists began to study the health of people who were unintentionally inhaling the toxic fumes generated by the smoker. They found that concentrations of many of the toxic and cancer-causing chemicals from the tip of the cigarette are higher than the smoke the smoker inhales through the cigarette. In 1993, the Environmental Protection Agency designated secondhand smoke as a Class A carcinogen, a substance known to cause cancer in humans. Then in 2006, the Surgeon General of the United States issued its most definitive report on the subject to date.
The debate is over. The science is clear. Secondhand smoke is not a mere annoyance, but a serious health hazard that causes premature death and disease in children and non-smoking adults.
Secondhand smoke is especially dangerous for children.